So I just wanted to talk about how I changed my life accidentally with content creation. Now, I could always say I wanted to be a creator in some sense because I created my first YouTube video when I was like 10 or something. And I just remember making this Minecraft video on a busted down, I think I had a PC, maybe it was a laptop. It was just absolutely busted down. I was probably getting around 20 frames per second. So like the game wasn't smooth, but it was bearable enough for me. And obviously I couldn't get anything better at the time. Not that I had the top spec, I just didn't have no money. So I managed to get that video out, posted it, and it was like a Minecraft walkthrough or playthrough, episode 1. And I remember posting it, and then within like 12 hours I deleted that shit, bro. And then I was just like, yeah, that's a silly dream. Like, are people really gonna, make money from this stuff? And then as time went on, KSI came about when I was in like secondary school and shit. And I was like, oh, okay. So he's cooking on FIFA. He was entertaining. Not to say that I was as equally as entertaining and I should have carried on, but I was just seeing how far people can take this stuff. Then I saw Nilla Rose at 18. I was 18, 19, and I was like, damn, she's killing it. I'm gonna jump on this content stuff thinking it's easy. Like they just make it look effortless. So I jumped on content. I was like to my guys, yo, let's become the joke men. That's what I was like, because there was Beta Squad, there was the Sidemen, and I was like, yo, let's become the joke men. Like we're funny. You know how the guys are behind closed doors or PlayStation chats saying the most outrageous shit, and we're like, yo, maybe we should start a YouTube channel. Maybe we should run up a podcast. Do you get what I'm trying to say? But they weren't really on it, so I started my own YouTube channel, which was crazy to think I was that deep in. I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna do it by myself. They featured in some of the videos. It was fun. It was just difficult to get views, get people to actually pay attention to you. And it kind of hit my ego, like maybe we're not that funny. Maybe I'm not that funny. Maybe I'm not that entertaining. And then the time went on, I was trying to make things work. I was doing reaction videos, I was doing all sorts of videos, and just shit wasn't banging. And then I had to think to myself, okay, how are people making money from this? Like, yeah, they're getting brand deals, but you have to be a certain caliber to get brand deals, and I wasn't getting brand deals. So I was just like, yeah, this dream is something crazy. But during the time of like starting the YouTube channel and creating my own videos, I learned how to edit videos. And I came across a TikTok, and it was just like, hey, you can edit for other people and repurpose their videos onto like Instagram, because this is the time where Instagram was starting to do short form videos and TikTok were doing short form videos. And that's where funnily enough, that's where I saw the video on TikTok. It's like you can repurpose your YouTube videos onto, Instagram and TikTok, and you'll get more engagement and stuff like that. I think this was around 2020, I want to say 2021, I think. 2021, 2022. So like I gave YouTube 2 years, a year and a half. Inconsistent though, because I did buy a camera, sold it because I was broke. I was at uni, bought it again because I was like, damn, I need to give this a proper go and actually learn how to use the camera. Then I was like, you know what? With all the skills that I've learned, I'm just going to edit for other people. But the issue was finding clients, because like I knew how to edit, but it wasn't to a great standard. It was just like, I was only better at editing than you if you didn't know how to edit at all. If you didn't know what software to use, if you didn't know how to cut clips, if you didn't know how to do any of that, and it was just foreign language to you, I was better than you. But I thought, okay, I must be better than someone. Someone must be out there that wants to start YouTube or is doing content and just doesn't know how to edit. So I was just reaching out. And the first people I was reaching out to was just the people that I watched or listened to. And at the time I was heavily into crypto. Lost bare bread in crypto, by the way. Hey, them meme coins, boy. But I was heavily into crypto, and like I was on Twitter. This was before my Twitter got banned because I created the account before I was 13 years old or some shit, whatever. But I was heavily in crypto, heavily on Twitter, like chronically on Twitter. And I was just like listening to, I think they call it spaces on Twitter, where people can join, like you can start up a space, and it was basically audio chat or an audio call with a bunch of people. And I forgot his name. Sharp Investor. Wolf on Twitter. started a group, and then I think someone called Black Bezos was in there, and I was like, that's an interesting name, Black Bezos. And he was talking, and I was like, it sounds familiar, the accent sounds familiar. Later found out he's from Birmingham, but from there I just reached out to people like that to, you know, edit videos for them. And I seen that Black Bezos was, I think he was on YouTube or he was on podcast, and I was like, bro, let me repurpose your podcast. Got aired on Twitter, got aired on Instagram. On Snapchat, that's where he replied. And I was already reaching out to a bunch of other people by then. So when he finally replied, he was like the only person to reply to me. And he was like, yeah, bro, we can work. That's all I heard. And then he replied a few weeks later and he was like, oh, what's your number? He got my number, didn't message me or call me. So I messaged him again on Snapchat and I was like, bro, can you put me in contact with this person because I want to work with them? He's like, nah, bro, I need you. And I was like, okay. So we started working together, and it was, at the time it was for pennies, but at the time I was like, well, looking back, it was pennies, but at the time I was like, damn, I've just made money by just like from my laptop. Like I was just like, what is this real, bro? I remember just being so gassed. It was, I think, how much was like, I think it was like £300 a month. And I was doing like a video a day. Not even that, bro. I think I was doing 2 videos a day. But I was just like, shit, I'm making bread by just like sitting here. And of course, at the time, I didn't really know how to edit. So like the edits were trash, but they didn't take that long to do. So it kind of evened out. And then as I kept doing more, I got better. I was improving. I got faster. And I was just diving deeper and deeper into the space. And then I was like to him, hey, you know, let's take Instagram serious and make direct Instagram reels, like direct to the platform reels, instead of repurposing it from YouTube. Because at the time, like I just thought, oh, that's a lazy man's way of trying to go viral, cutting your YouTube videos up and putting their short form videos. And of course you still can do that. I'm not going to say there's something wrong with that, but at the time I thought it was lazy, especially when you weren't making any direct to platform videos, but Instagram was your main platform. So he agreed, upped my price to 500, and because we was local, I recorded his videos using my camera skills, which I learned, my editing skills, and I took everything back. I even researched the videos and found winning videos and stuff like that. And I'll put a link to my second channel where I'm just going to go through everything that I did to help him grow to 500,000 followers. And same with Nero with YouTube, and just anyone else that I've helped, including myself. I'll just be exposing all them strategies. But yeah, I was just like, let me handle everything. You just like, we just link up and we'll shoot, and I'll even post the videos. After 2 months of doing that, he was losing followers. He was on like 13,000 followers. He was losing followers, and I was panicking low key. Then the 3rd month came around and we had a viral video, right? That video, I think it ended up on like 13 million views. And it got him like 100,000 followers per week for like 4 weeks. So he like zoomed up to 400k. People were thinking it's fake. Like there were a few bot comments, but I feel like that's just because of the niche he was in, you know, business, finance and stuff like that. And I was like, oh shit, if this happened to him, that means I actually know what I'm doing with content, so I can kind of get back into it myself. But as you know, the only videos I've made prior was just entertainment videos and mess around videos. The videos he was making was educational based. And this was the time where creators started realizing that they can leverage their own audience and monetize off their own audience by selling their own digital products or selling their own products. Before, it wasn't really like that. It was just like, hey, sponsorships, brand deals, da. So I was like, oh, the space it's evolving, it's changing. What can I teach about? You know, I still didn't feel qualified enough to teach about content creation, which is ironic because I did help someone blow up on Instagram. So I was like, let me just create videos about tech. I'm really interested in tech. This is the reason I learned about how to use cameras and how to use your iPhone properly. And I was just obsessed with just tech, right? Consumer tech, you could say. And I was like, okay, cool. So I started making TikTok videos on tech. First video was on the iPhone 14 in 2022, September. It went viral. But at first I posted it, it was dead. Like, I think I was stuck on 0 views for like 24 hours, new account. And I was like, oh, bro, is my shit that bad? Came back on the app like 5 days later, it had like 1 million views. I was like, oh shit, that's crazy. So I started posting more. That video ended up gaining me like 7,000 TikTok followers. And I was like, oh, okay. So I must be onto something. I must know what I'm doing in some sense. Like, am I just getting that lucky? And then as time went on, you know, that TikTok account's on like 16,000 followers now. I jumped on Instagram and I started doing tech and just content advice, content tips, content marketing, or just marketing in general. My Instagram's currently on like 50,000 followers. My TikTok's on 16,000 followers, and you're on here on YouTube. I'm on 5,000 on this account. So yeah, like it just all happened. And it makes me think of a Drake bar, and he goes, what did he say? Started to realize a couple places where I can take it. And I was just like, as time went on, I didn't know where I was going, but as time went on, it kind of got clearer and clearer. So like when I was helping Black Bezos, I was working at Argos, like part-time, doing like 20 hours. And I was like, I really want to leave this job. I flipping hate it. Like I have to come here, there's traffic, and I just got to listen to this person tell me I need to do this, and I'm 1 minute late, but I still get the job done. Like, I just don't understand. And I'm 1 minute late because the car park's 5 minutes away from the flipping store. And I was just like, bro, this is so frustrating. Even though that job was actually pretty calm, but I was like, I just want to leave that job. Like, I hated the 9-to-5 life. Not to be one of them guys, like escape the rat race, you know, but I just didn't like the 9-to-5 life. So I was just like, damn, I need to leave this as soon as possible. And I did the craziest thing. I left the job while I was only making like £500 with my side hustle where I was editing for Black Bezos. And I was like, oh shit. But he was encouraging me to leave. He was like, bro, once you leave, you'll work shit out. You'll make shit work. And of course, I didn't have crazy expenses. I didn't have rent to pay. I was just living at my mom's. I was helping out with some of the bills, but I wasn't paying rent and paying all them bills. So my expenses weren't that bad. Just had to pay a couple bills and pay for my car. Wasn't that bad. Even though 500 probably didn't cover that, it was okay. It was okay. And then as soon as I left, I was like, he was like pushing me to work with other people. We even started like Wi-Fi Money. That didn't do too well, but like Wi-Fi Money was meant to be like a content agency. That didn't do too well, but he pushed me to work with other people, put my name out there. And then I started putting my name out there because I realized I could market myself with social media. And I was like, oh, I get the game now. Like, I'm starting to understand how far this content thing can go. You don't need 1 million followers. You just need to market yourself in the right way on what you're trying to achieve. So at the time, if I was trying to get clients, I needed to market my way in a way to show that I'm the right person to edit your videos, or I'm the right person to market your business. Whichever way that I wanted to do, I just needed to position myself like that so other people could see me like that. And once they saw me like that, that's when they came potential clients. I could outreach to them, or they would inbound to me. And I was like, oh, the social media game is fun. Like, it's fascinating. Like, you can go down any route. You can go down the brand deals route, which I have. It's fun, sometimes frustrating, also inconsistent. You can go down the business route, which is what I recommend to everyone. There's a lot more consistency. You don't need to be absolutely famous to make a lot of money in your business. And you can actually start something for yourself, you know, while you're working your normal job. You can start up a Instagram profile or a YouTube channel, talk about something that you're an expert in, start a wait list for whatever business you're trying to run, whether it's a group program or a one-to-one mentorship on your field, whether it's fitness, business, finance, accounting, health, wellness, whatever it could be. Once you start a wait list, you'll see how many people are interested. People start reaching out to you once you give enough value and they realize how good you are. And then from there, you can literally put a price tag on your program, create your program, and start selling it to people. Like, it's insane. And the amount of money I see people make in the online space, I was just like, this is crazy. And it got to a point where I just wanted to make money, right? Like I was just like, oh, this content thing's cool. Like that's what I live for, right? That's the reason I got into it in the first place, because I was just like, oh, money, but this content thing is kind of fun. But then I got to a place where I was just like, oh, the money to be made is ridiculous, so I'm just going to focus on making money, which is probably not the right thing to do. And you've probably seen a lot of people, I've seen a lot of people do this. They come into the game and they're just like, I'm going to make 10K a month, 10K a month, 10K a month. And their content reflects it. They just look so desperate. They're dying for it. Like at any moment, they're just selling you like, hey, check out my program, please. Check out my program. I help people do this, and they just sound so desperate. And I've seen people just do the complete opposite, where it's just casual, where it's just like, oh, by the way, if you're this person, check the link in the description, or, you know, comment this and I'll send you some more info, and I'll send you some help. And it's the laid back, it's the casual, it's the I'm confident in my abilities, and if you're not joining the program, you're missing out. So yeah, man, content creation really did change my life. I just didn't expect the space to go in this direction. I don't know why, but making money online is different gravy, guys. And every time I sit down and I think, what if I just didn't take the risk, and I didn't take the chance to just create my own content, and I just, you know, stayed low and I just carried on doing what I was doing? Where would I be? What would I do? Would I still look at this online space but not be in it and try to get in it? Did I get in at the right time? Like, and because I've been doing it for years, I just understand a lot, and it just it's probably second nature to me. So, and also I did study a lot, because my videos before were fucking shit. Camera quality was shit, even though camera quality is not the be all and end all. Everything was just bad, bro. Camera confidence was bad. Hey, it was horror. But if you're watching this and you want to create content, I would say go create that fucking content right now. If you haven't started creating content, create that content right now. And if you have started creating content and it's just like shit's not working for you, please, bro, be patient. There's a few things you can do. Be patient, stay consistent, and keep going. Find someone that can help you, and then be consistent and keep going. Find an accountability partner that's like in the same field as you, that's trying to reach the same goals, similar stages, and help each other out. And just stick with it. Like, so many people say, oh, bro, what's the secret to, you know, Black Bezos growing to 500K? What's the secret with Nero? And yeah, they're exceptional people. Good speakers on camera, confident in their abilities, willing to express their opinions, funny people, great guys. But the thing is, a lot of people just don't have the persistence. Like, Black Bezos was losing followers for 2 months, and he was still paying me to create the videos. A lot of people would have been like, 2 months, man, fuck this shit, I'm out. Nero did YouTube for a whole year, gained 3,000 followers, which some people would have been like, wow, that's so good. But he was just like, bro, that's shit. Like, that's nothing. And he was still paying me to create those videos. A whole year, guys. How many of you would say, yeah, I've done this for a whole year and I've just got nowhere? Plus, you tried to consistently improve. Plus, a lot of people who have been at it for, let's say, 3 months, they've put no money down on the table. They've put no money where their mouth is. They haven't hired someone to help them. They haven't hired an editor to, you know, improve their videos. They haven't tried to invest into some equipment to make their videos any better. They haven't tried to just learn and watch YouTube videos on how to improve their content. They're just throwing shit at the wall. And it's the other day, bro, my boy said, bro, what's the secret to Black Bezos growing so fast? And I'm like, bro, I give everyone the secrets. And that's why I created a separate channel, just so you guys can just dive into all of that stuff. But I was like, I've given you the secrets. Like, there's not really a secret. Maybe it's second nature to me and you don't know it like that, but I've told you everything that you need to know, bro. Like, there's no part of me holding anything back. Pause. But I've given you everything that you need. The only difference is, can you say you've stuck with it for at least 3 months? And 3 months is like minimum, bro. If you ain't done it for 3 months and you're expecting to blow up, why would it be that easy? Why would it be that if it was that easy, everyone would do it? And then if it was that easy that everyone could do it and did do it, then it wouldn't be so special and this whole game would be a sham. So I guess when people preach consistency, I hate to be one of them niggas, but consistency is the name of the game, bro. Persistence as well. Because when you see your numbers fall or you're not getting any numbers at all, it's easy to be like, damn, fuck this. But if you keep going, keep learning, keep improving every single video, and just keep reiterating, looking for help, looking for advice, and just sticking with it, and you have a clear vision, plan, as I said, check out the other channel. Like, everything just becomes easy. So yeah, I accidentally changed my life for content. I don't know where the fuck I'd be if I didn't have this shit. So yeah, man, I'll catch you guys in the next one.